Hey yogis, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be doing one of my most favorite things ever, which is Sun Salutation A's or Surya Namaskar A's. And these are so nice because not only are they the perfect way to warm up the body, but they get the breath and the mind calmed and focused. And also it's just a really nice way to center yourself. I use these all the time to warm up before I really begin my practice. And then on those days where I just don't want to do anything and I'm like, I don't want to do yoga, I am not in the mood, I don't want to do this, I tell myself, come sit on your mat, see what happens when you sit. So I sit. And then after I sit, well, okay, maybe I could do a sun A or two. And one sun A or two leads to another, and it leads to another. And even if you do nothing besides sun salutations, you will walk away feeling so much better, so much calmer. So let's go over a sun salutation, a Surya Namaskar A. We always begin right at the top of our mat. If you can get the big toe, the base of the big toes to touch, that's ideal, but feet can also be parallel, and that's okay too. So I like my big toes to touch, a little space between my heels. Arms are down by the sides, but you could start with your hands at that prayer position, but I like down at the sides for my Samastitihi. Stand up really, really tall. So the legs are really engaged, the muscles are hugging towards the bones, tailbone is anchoring down towards the heels, low belly pulls in so that the spine can grow really, really tall, all the way even through the back of the neck. Now that low belly sucking pelvic floor lifts a slight drop to the chin as we begin. And then on the first inhale, we lift the arms. And if you can get the palms to touch, get the palms to touch. So we touch palms and we gently look up. See how my head comes behind my arms and I'm gently gazing towards the thumbs. My arms are reaching, they're not just up, but they're up and they're reaching towards the sky. Palms touching, pressing, and reaching. Still the legs are engaged and the low belly sucks in. Then as you exhale, hinge at the hips and fold. Folding over your legs. Legs are still straight if you can get them that way. So if there's a little bend in the knee, that's okay. That's fine. As you work towards your flexibility in your legs, they'll get straighter and straighter. So then you fold Uttanasana. Uttanasana is a forward fold. You reach with the crown of your head. Suck your low belly in. Ribs reach away from the hips. Then you inhale, halfway lift. This Ardha Uttanasana. Half lift. You want the spine to be nice and long, low belly sucks in, a little peeking up through the eyes. Now if you can't get your hands to the ground, that's okay. Some people press on their shins, but that can cause a little hyperextension of the knees, so maybe just hands along the sides of the shins, or bend the knees and touch the ground. I've also seen other people kind of rise up onto their fingertips, whatever makes most sense to you. This halfway lift. And then as you exhale, we're going to step the feet back really, really far, the back of our mat, coming into this plank pose, the top of the push-up. So we hold this here in the beginning, shoulders right over the wrists, low belly sucks in. We don't let the hips dip or shoot them up. We want our body to be like a nice straight piece of wood. That's why it's called plank. And then as we lower down, Chaturanga Dandasana, the elbows will bend in towards the ribs. The chest will get broad as the collarbone spreads. And we shift forward, resist gravity, coming all the way onto the tiptoes as we lower down. And then inhale, upward facing dog. So the difference between upward facing dog and cobra is my legs are off the ground, my thighs are up off the ground, the hips are up, the legs are engaged. And we get this little back bend here as we open the chest, push the ground away, looking up, Urdhva Hastasana, upward facing. And then exhale, push out of the shoulders, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Everybody knows this one, down dog. In this down dog position, engage the legs, lift the kneecaps. So if you can't straighten the legs and the knees are bent, that's okay. Again, you'll get there with more flexibility and time. But if the legs are straight,
Make the kneecaps lift so that the quadriceps engage. Press the heels down into the earth. So even if you can't get your heels down and they're up like this, that's okay. That could be the structure of your ankles, no big deal. But still, we reach down with the heels. We still send them towards the earth. We spiral the triceps down towards the floor, pushing the floor away so that the shoulders rise up. Let the head and the neck hang heavy, and maybe drishti towards the navel. Then as you inhale, we shift forward, coming back into that jump to the top of our mat, that halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. So important here is to keep that back nice and long. We don't want to round. A long spine. Reach with your heart. Exhaling again, forward fold. Uttanasana. Then press through your feet and inhale, rise all the way up. Still inhaling, Urdhva Hastasana, as we reach up through the hands again, getting really tall. Exhale, Samasthiti, that mountain pose Tadasana, back at the top of our mat. Let's go through it again. This time I'm going to show you a different variation for Chaturanga Dandasana using the knees if you're not quite strong enough to do that full pose, which it's very, very hard. It's difficult. It takes a long time to gain the strength for Chaturanga Dandasana. Let's use the knees this time. Inhale, lift the arms and touch palms. Look up. Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, hinge at the hips and fold. Uttanasana. Reach with the crown of your head. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, that half lift, that long spine. Exhale as you step back, find that plank position, then lower the knees. Point the toes back if you'd like, and elbows in still. So even though we're using the knees, the elbows will bend in and the collarbone will broaden. Lower down, Chaturanga Dandasana, hold at the bottom. Then inhale, upward facing dog. Strong, long legs. Open your heart, push the floor away, and gently look up. And exhale, downward facing dog. Adho Pushpanasana. And rest here for 5 breaths. I should have mentioned that before. We rest for 5 breaths whenever we're in this downward facing dog, whether it's Sun A or Sun B. We use that Ujjayi breath. Those inhales in and out through the nose. Kind of like a Darth Vader breathing. I've heard it called that. So it's an audible breath that you feel rolling over the back of the throat. Kind of like you're fogging up glass with your lips closed. All right, so now we inhale and we peek up. If you need to exhale a little extra breath to get to the top of the mat, that's okay. We make our way up to the top, whether you step, walk, jump, or float, doesn't matter, but try to make it quiet and controlled. We come right into that halfway lift again. Exhaling again into that forward fold. Inhale as you rise all the way up, still inhaling. Exhale, Samasthiti. And I'll do one more in real time. Surya Namaskar A. Sun Salute A. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Stay for 5 breaths. And there you go. There is your Sun Salutation, letter A, Surya Namaskar A.
I hope that you enjoyed that, and maybe it makes it a little bit easier for you, a little simpler for you to break that down. And don't worry if yours doesn't look just like mine. It takes practice, again, coming to your mat every day, using that as your warm-up, as your way of centering and grounding, and make it your own. Make it your own. Enjoy. Namaste, friends. Don't forget to like this video so you can find it again and subscribe. There'll be lots more videos to come. Take care.